Everybody just give me a chat back. Or we're loud and clear. All right, just give me a second here, fellow traders. I'm going to get started in about a minute. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, can everybody see me okay? Hear me loud and clear? Good afternoon. Good to see you. Option Man, good to see you. All right, Stan, thank you very much, everybody. Well, my name is Fausto Pugliese from Cybertrade University. Thanks, everyone, for being here this afternoon. I got a great show to show you today. We're going to talk about basically how to find active stocks to trade and to find the depth of that market of those stocks. Now, oh, well, thank you very much. Trina says she loves my book. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And by the way, everybody here today, before you all go, you're going to get my book too again. All right. So if you haven't got my book yet, I'm going to give it to you for free just by sticking around at the end of the presentation. But listen, a lot of you see what's going on with the market. We're getting the market's like all over the place. What we got going on? Oh, we got a nice little rally after now. I mean, the market was down like literally, we were down almost like 400 points or something like that. Now we're getting a nice little pop in the market. A lot of stocks are moving. We're going to talk a little bit about them. Obviously, see what's going on with the bank stocks that was happening with, all the bank stocks in California. We're going to talk a little bit about those. But the thing is this, you're probably asking yourself, what makes these stocks go up and go down? Who is driving them up? Is it too late to jump in them right now? We're going to talk about that. But before we get started, just a quick little disclosure. Listen, I'm not going to make any guarantees or any promises or anything like that. This is strictly educational. So please be very wise and very smart before you actually go out there and trade in today's markets, okay? Now, let's just jump right in really quick and get right into it. What I'm going to be doing today is this. Does everybody have their phone? Okay. What I want you to do right now is I want you to scan that QR code, okay? And the reason why I'm doing that right now is because I want all of you guys to get the opportunity to come and see what I'm going to be doing and teaching you this for a day in my professional trading room. I can't teach you how to make money in an hour, okay? I could only make you drool and get excited. But take out your phone, or you could type in that web address, ctu.co/CG free. Just go out there, click on it, scan on it, and everything that we talked about it, I'm going to give you access to a workshop. I'm going to give you access to the trading room. I'm going to give you access to everything. So just give you guys a little heads up on it. So without wasting anyone's time and going through that, let's talk about some of the things what we're going to be learning going into that class. Obviously, everybody heard about Silicon Valley Bank. Stock was a $800 bank. I lost $1,300 yesterday because of the bank's collapse crisis. And do you know why I even lost that? Do you know who traded it? Do you know why it kept turning down? Did you know why maybe it started bouncing? Did you know that it was moving 4 days ago? You know what I mean? Maybe you caught the last of it. These are things we're going to cover and talk about. Because when you see a stock like this and you think you lost 1,300, imagine people that own the stock at 800. And the stock is not even open. The stock actually it was open, and it was down all the way down to here. I think it was down to like $30. And it was literally like $280 just on Thursday. On Friday, I think it opened up all the way down to here. So volatility, you have to understand, makes opportunity, okay, for all my students. And I am going to teach you how to find how that works. That's the whole idea about it. So a lot of people don't understand that being a trader, it's like anybody looking to buy a house. Everybody wants to find a foreclosure. Oh, because you're going to think you're getting a good deal, right? Well, so a stock goes down. You don't think you can get a good deal and jump into it? Remember one thing. You are here to make money. That's it. But you know what you hear? What's even more important? To stop losing it. Like Hamishi said, he lost $1,300 trading those stocks. So I'm not here just to show you how to make money. I'm here to teach you how to control, to stop losing it, because losing is the number one reason why people do not trade and get out of the trading business. But to find these stocks, you just got to know where to look. So just like a stock like BBIO, look at this stock this morning at 9:30, ran from $17 to $20. Look at this stock, Mara. Stock went from $5.40 up to $6, less than an hour and a half. Okay, these are just a few examples. Today, did we have any of those stocks? We sure did. I'll even bring them up here. Let me show you. PCT, stocks up 37%. It started this morning at 540, went to 660 in less than 30 minutes. We're getting here's that stock, one of the bank stocks that got crushed at 140, went all the way down to 20. Look at it right now. These are some of the ETFs right now that are moving. The stock was at $8.50. Look where it went to $11. FRCN, $9 to $12. $9 to $12.60. Look at all these stocks, $8 to $11.50. So there are a lot of good stocks that are moving out there, but you probably want to wonder, why is it going up? Who's running up? That's what I'm going to talk about and show you. So let's just see. Now, some of us out there, we're looking at stocks and we think that sometimes earnings or news comes out, and that does have something to do with it. But you know what the big issue is? You look at these stocks and you try to wonder why, okay, it beat earnings, but why did it go to 19 to 22? I thought it was going to 32, or I thought it was, sometimes these companies don't come out with good earnings and they still go that high. And you're always trying to figure it out and want to know, why did it pop? What made that stock pop? What made it crash? Who's running it down? So what you do is you got to think what happens next. And the way it goes is this: if you don't have a game plan and you don't know where to get in and get out, you'll find a stock and have to make a big profit from 19 to 24. And then you might be somebody who jumps in late, and then you go from 24 to a 21. And it really stinks. It really does, because you don't want to blow up your account. Now, for some of you, I don't know if a lot of you ever heard me before, but we're live on YouTube. We broadcast live on Twitter. We're live, we're live every morning and every afternoon in the market hours. But some of you, if you've been following me, you probably wonder, like, how do you find these stocks? Like, how did you know that they were going to be active today? How do you know they're going to continue to go higher? How do you know maybe this is the top? Well, first of all, before I go into teaching you how to follow order flow, let me just tell you basically what we do at Cybertrade University. I don't know if any of you here really care, but I'm just out of curiosity. Have any of you ever traded these stocks like Wall, Silicon Valley, Signature Bank? Honestly, I don't even remember. I don't think I ever trade them, right? None of you have, right? But now all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, look at this. It's an opportunity. Yes, it is an opportunity, but you got to be smart about it, okay? You got to be smart about, like Charles Schwab got crushed. It was a great short 2 days ago. You saw what happened with Credit Suisse. Traders don't care what we trade. You know what we care about? Making money, and most importantly, not losing it. Every time we come into the trading, we've traded in the morning, there are over 25,000 stocks that are moving. And it's not always the Apples. It's not always the NVIDIAs, the Amazons. What you need to understand is you want to trade something that's going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward. And finding them is not that complicated. Finding them is just basically going through the big percentage gainers and losers. That's what we do. Now, what we offered you, which everyone's going to have fun and come and watch us trade, is that some of you look at this list and you're probably like, well, there's a lot of stocks that are moving. How do you know which one to trade that is going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward? Well, that's where trading comes in. That's what we're here to teach you. And that's why I want to invite you all to come and see it live, and get a one-day pass in that trading room. But finding them is not hard. You know what the hardest part is? making sure you don't trade one that's too volatile, and not only that, but trading against somebody that is where the rest of the street's trading about 70% of the volume and you're not. And that's why there are very specific times where the market's most volatile to trade, and there are times when it's less traded. Now, like I said, everyone here is going to get access to my trading room, and I'll just show you what it is right here. You can see all my traders in here right now. They're trading a stock key. You know, that's at one of the bank stocks that got beat up. You could see our instructors. You could see all our instructors on the left. You could see all the traders. You could see all the traders that are in here right now. But the thing is this, we're trading in the middle of the day. The best times to trade in the first hour and the last hour, that's it, okay? But sometimes you find things that move in the market. But what you have to understand is, what is the strategy behind it? And the strategy behind trading is, sometimes people make things more complicated than what it is. And, you know, trading usually, other than looking at historical data, is not always indicative of the future. And that's where a lot of us get into mistakes. We go out there, we want to know, okay, what's the best indicator? Oh, why you use this indicator? Why use, oh, this guy uses it differently. It's not about the past. It's about the future. And the future is, you need to know where the orders are. You have to understand something. Do any of you really care what you trade? Or you just don't want to? I mean, we all want to make money, but don't you want to make sure you're trading something that everyone else is trading and it's easy to get in and out of it, and you got good volatility? Well, that's how you're going to focus, because the way you focus on trading is following the big orders. That's it. Everything gets driven by supply and demand. And if you're not doing that, that's how you get yourself in trouble. And that's why you're losing money, because most people are too focused on the past and not focused on the future. So what I want to show you is a couple of good tools. Okay, now I have a question for all of you here. Actually, you know what? I think I even got a poll. How about that? Anyone here like polls? I like polls. I like polls all the time. All right. Okay, so my question is this. Does anybody have NASDAQ Book Viewer? Let's just do that. Anyone here have NASDAQ Book Viewer? I'm going to do a quick poll. If you don't know the answer, just say, I'm not sure. By the way, no one's going to pick on anybody. All right, now, as some of you are filling this out, this questionnaire, just to let you know, tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern time, I will be on NASDAQ talking specifically about NASDAQ Book Viewer. So everybody here is invited. It's going to be broadcasted live. And I'm going to go and listen. NASDAQ has me as an expert to come on their behalf to teach the rest of the world how to trade on this exchange. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to teach you something even more, a little bit more transparency. I'm going to talk about level 4. All right, so now look at this. I'm going to share these results. 88%, 88, not even like 9%, do not have level 3 quotes or have NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, let me ask you something. Everyone, very simple question. How do stocks go up and down in the market? How do they go up and down? Very good, Mike. Very good, Bill. If you can't answer this question, you should quit trading. Yes, Stan, you're right too. Good, good, good. It's supply and demand, or buyers and sellers. Now, can everyone just put that in the room so I could see that you're here? I didn't hear from you, Cindy. David, guys, go in there. Just say S and D. S and D, just so I know that you're here. Good, 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 good. S and D. Buyers and sellers. Now, listen to me carefully, because this is where we're going to get into the fun part of trading. How much smarter, better trades would you make if you were able to see where 70% of the buyers and sellers are in the stock that you're trading? Think about that. 70%. And look how many of you are not using it. Now we're going to get into that. So let's start off with NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, once again, to remind everybody, I am going to be on NASDAQ. I'm going to be on the exchange doing an event specifically on this, okay? But I'm going to give you guys a little head start on it. What you're looking at right here is you have a seat on the NASDAQ exchange. That's basically what it is. You have a seat right here on the floor. When I started 30 years ago, I had to pay $1,000 for this data. And if you want a seat on a New York Stock Exchange, you need to pay a couple of $1 million to do it. All right. So what you're looking at here is you're looking at basically a big chat room. And in this chat room, we're looking at Apple. And in this stock, Apple, was seeing every buyer and every seller out there. Okay, that's basically what you're seeing at every single price. Now, let me just show you right here. Just get my crayons because I love drawing. All right, so these are your buyers. These are your sellers. Buyer, seller. Now, whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to buy it for less money is down at the bottom. Same thing for the sell side. Whoever wants to sell their stock of Apple for the cheapest is up on top. Whoever wants more is on the bottom. So you are looking at what's called a negotiated market. People are negotiating what they want to buy and sell the stock for. Okay, that's basically what it is. And you got 3 columns. This is the amount of shares, that how many orders are out there, how many shares are looking to be bought that make up that order, and at what price. Okay, so you got 3 very important columns there that you're looking at. Now, how do we utilize this data? Well, just think about this for a second. You are looking at every buyer and every seller around the entire world that want to buy Apple on the NASDAQ exchange. Not on the Fausto exchange, not on the Charles Schwab website. You're looking where everybody gets their data from. The source is right there. This is the Federal Reserve. This is whatever you want to call it. This is the mint, whatever you want to call it. This is where everybody gets their data. This is where you get the information on the internet. This is where you get the quotes on the bottom, on your TV screen, everywhere. Okay. Now, reason why I'm really stressing that is because some people don't get it. They're like, is that real? Yes, this is real. This is basically when you open up an account with TD Ameritrade or TradeStation, whatever, they get their data right here. Now you have access to it. Now, let me clear this out and move on. How do we utilize this data? All right. Well, let's start looking at an example like AI. AI has been a really popular stock. Obviously, everybody's heard about AI. So the big thing is you're looking at a stock, it's going down, right? And you're like, oh, do I buy it? I heard about AI, it's going down. Is it too late to chase it? Or maybe you own it, you don't want to take a loss. You're like, I like the story behind it, whatever it is. Well, the big thing you have to look at is this. It's not what you think. It's what the street thinks. And the street thinks is this. Where are the buyers? Okay. NASDAQ told you is the same thing as NASDAQ Book Viewer. Yes, it is, Greg. Yes, it is. Okay. That's why they call it total. It's a total orders out there, Greg. So looking at it right here, you're looking at the shares, right? And you can see right here that as you're working your way down, the price that has the most amount of shares is right down at 2134. Okay. And there are 10 people out there that make up that 32,000. Now you're probably thinking, is that really a lot? But when you look at everybody else that's buying it, you got 100 shares, 200 shares, 500 shares, 3,000, 32,000 on the average is probably over 300 times more the average. So yeah, I would say it is pretty substantial of an order out there. Now, when you look at the chart, look what ended up happening when it got down to that price of 2132. What did it do? It went straight. It hit it. It hit it. It hit it. For you had about 15 minutes of an opportunity to jump in. And if you did, where those other buyers were, stock goes from 2130 all the way to 2250. Not bad for a day's pay in a matter of 30 minutes. Do you know what $1 on 1,000 shares is in 30 minutes? That's $1,000. That's $250,000 salary. You tell me you don't want that job? I mean, some of you probably not think about it like, well, $1 doesn't sound like a lot. You know what? He doesn't sound like a lot. 50 cents doesn't sound like a lot. 50 cents on 1,000 shares, $100,000 salary. How many of you here wouldn't want to take that job? All right, let's move on and look at another example. Let's eliminate everything, okay? And let me tell you, this is a normal execution system. Your charts, your watch list, your level 2, your time and sales, you got everything. And you know what? If I start slapping some indicators in there, I could even confuse you even more. I'm getting rid of all of it. We are just going right to the source, okay? And right here at the source, we're just going to look and say, okay, who knows more? All those fancy windows, or looking over here and finding out where is the seller? Where are the sellers in the stock and where are the buyers? Because when you look over here, you have 252 orders out there that are looking to sell 26,000 shares, right? At $88. Very good, Joan, right? When you look at the chart and you're trying to figure like, oh, I don't understand why AMD went down. Oh, now I know why it went down, because maybe that big seller was out there. Could you stop and think about this for a second, fellow traders? Think about this for a second. How much smarter and better trading decisions would you have made if you knew you were going up to 252 orders around the entire world and they're all trying to get out the same price at $88, right? How many shares are you going to? Are you trading, 10,000, 20,000? How much you probably trading? A couple of hundred? Who knows? But how much smarter and better trading decisions if you knew where everybody else was? Okay. Anyone here bought a house? Anyone here bought a house? Few of you have? Okay. Do you ever get caught in a bidding war? Right? You ever get caught in a bidding war? Wouldn't it be nice to know and I wonder where everyone else is? Because if I did, maybe I could just put an order out there, and number one, I wouldn't have to overpay. And number two, I don't know what the other people are doing or what they're thinking. Maybe the guy's trying to trick me. Maybe they're trying to run up the price of the house so I pay more. Where is their number? Where is that number? Think of how much better of a strategy you have if you would be able to know what that seller really wanted for and where was everyone else. Because think about it, when you bought a house, did they tell you where everybody else what their max they want to pay for it? You don't want to overpay for a house if you didn't have to, right? It's no different than a stock. It's the same exact thing. And all of you out there are trading today's stocks or options or doing your swing trades without knowing everybody else is doing it. So you've been trading blind, and it's time to stop, because you don't want to analyze these stocks. But because the more you analyze, there's an old saying, technical analysis paralysis. All right. Let's talk about level 4 now. Now, if you thought if you thought NASDAQ book viewer was pretty cool, wait till you see this. Now what we're going to do is we have right here on the right, you could see this right here. Let me get my crayon, see if I follow along. This is basically like NASDAQ total view right here, level 3. Now, I know a lot of people look at that and they say the numbers change. There's so many numbers. Maybe you're more of a visual person than more of a numbers person. So we're going to implement it on a chart. So now what we're going to see is we're going to see who's out there, how long they were out there for, and if they're getting executed, which is awesome. Okay. So let me erase all this and show you a couple examples. Once again, what makes stocks go up and down? I'm sorry if I sound like a canary, but I have to keep repeating it because everybody, out there thinks like there's got to be a catch. There's no catch. These are real orders out there, and you need to know where everyone else is. Exactly, Marv. Where are the other supply and demand sellers out there? So let's look at SoFi, for example. Stock was moving pretty nicely. SoFi started, was right around $6.50, right? At 9:30 in the morning, right here. Hold on. At 9:30 in the morning, all of a sudden, somebody shows up for 487,000 shares, and there's another 100 right behind him. Now, here's a stock that started around 650, right? Now you're going up and it's around 11:30. You're going to be testing this person that was out there since 9:30 in the morning. And basically, when you really do the math, realistically, you only basically have about 50 cents to make on the stock. Once again, I don't know about you, but 50 cents to me is a lot. 1,000 shares, $6,500 investment, $500. I do that every day. You're talking about, once again, $100,000 a year salary. I don't think anyone has a problem with that. Now, by not knowing and seeing, if you didn't get out that price, guess what? You came right back down. And that's where people get themselves in trouble, because all of a sudden he's out there and then he might say, you know what? I'm going to sell, because right there, that's a limit order. He probably decided like, okay, well, it just hit me. And then there's program trading. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Anybody here have like what's called a stop order loss? Anyone here have any of those? Put a stop order loss, like you put an order, like God forbid you want to get out, say, listen, I want the system to sell the stock at a certain price. Yeah, that's basically what you had. The only difference is that there was over almost 500,000 shares doing it. Okay. So let's look at another stock. Let's look at Disney, for example. Okay. How about this? Do you ever own a stock and it's going down, 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 down. You're like, and you want to know, when is it going to stop going lower? Right? Well, once again, question to everyone. What can make a stock go up? Can anybody answer that? What do you need for a stock to go higher? You need a demand, right? Buyers you need. Okay. Now, does a chart tell you there's buyers out there? No. Does the TV guy going to tell you where, analyst TV going to tell you where buyers are? No. Okay. But when you look over here, we notice that there's a 107,000 share buyer that just showed up at 135. Okay. Look what happened when it got close to 135. It came down, never hit it, went to 134, and then a new buyer showed up for 11,000, right? And then look what ended up happening. It went from it was 22,000. Went right to that 3140, and it shot up right up to 137. That's literally almost a $2 run in a matter of 15 minutes, right? And it all started when this buyer showed up at 135, and then the new buyer showed up at 135.50. And that's why the stock went up. Question here from Tritina. How do you set up a book viewer at no time out so fast? Is there a place where I can get more from book viewer? Yes. Okay. So like I told you, I posted a QR code. That QR code that I just showed you, I'm going to show it you again. So get your phone ready. Everybody got their phone? Okay, get your phone. You're going to register, and I'm going to give you a workshop on it, and then you're all going to be invited in my trading room. So please get your phone ready, or you could type the address, one or the other, all right? Because I want to prove this to you. It works in the real market hours. One of my favorite strategies, one more thing. I'm going to show you this one. Is this the Tesla one? No, Mara. This is the Mara one. So Mara, you could see how it went up, had a big little iceberg order for 63,000, was building something we call a little bit of a Fausto flag. Seller gets out. It's called a breakout. Boom, thing goes higher. Okay. So you ever get involved in breakouts and want to know, damn, why they sell too soon? Why did it continue to go higher? Listen, did you see the seller got executed? Listen, that seller, somebody bought it from him. And all of a sudden, when that seller got done, now you start to see buyers showing up. These are the power of trading. And then the whole goal is this: when you zoom out, maybe you're a swing trader and you do got a nice position at it. You probably didn't notice in this one. Oops. We're at 837. But when I zoomed out, I noticed I was coming up to 135,000 shares at $9. And yes, that's a real order, fellow traders. And I'm going to be happy to show it to you all day long. Okay. I'm going to show you one right now. How about this? I'm going to go into the real market hours, right? I'm going to go to the real market hours. Hold on. There's the QR code. All right. Everybody got the QR code? There it is. Get your phone and start scanning it. But I want to show you something right now. All right. I had a good stock here. 1 second. Okay. So there was a stock that was moving this morning. I'm going to show you something pretty obvious. And it is, let me bring up this stock right here. HUBC. Okay. So look at this stock right here. What's the trend of this stock? What's the trend of this stock right here? Everyone. It's going up, right? Okay. So you own the stock. It's going up, right? You're doing well. Where do we sell? This is real time. You can look at the stock right now. We're looking at a real chart right now. Okay, where's resistance levels? Where's the resistance? Can anybody tell me? I mean, I know everybody here, a couple of analysts, whatever, a couple of charters, guys, tell me, where's resistance? 235. Okay. Anyone else? $235. All right. That's it. Listen, traders, if you can't answer this question, you should not be trading. If you don't know the answer, just give me a question mark. Just be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? If I came up to you and you were drinking, I say, you drunk? And you're like, no. And you get in the car, you get pulled over. You know what I mean? What's going to happen? You're going to ruin your life. I don't want you to ruin your life in trading. You can destroy your account. Where is the resistance? How about this? Would this help you if I throw a bigger chart? Would that help you? I don't know. You tell me. All right. Well, let me simplify it for you. Okay. Where do you think resistance level is? Where do you think resistance level is? Oh, now everybody, all of a sudden, everyone's changing their tune. We're getting 135. Some people not answering. There's been a trader out of here since 9:30 this morning, okay? And if you follow that red line, he came out at 9:30, and he's looking to sell 538,000 shares, okay? Now, if you started this morning, you looked at it, and it was at $2, and now you sell it at $2.50, 50 cents, not bad. Now, look at everyone's answer. Every single one of you are correct. Now, let me ask you a dumb question. Was that hard? Was that complicated? Was that difficult? No. No. You see how quick you answered that question? You knew right away, oh, yeah, there's a big red line there, 500,000 shares. Absolutely. Definitely want to do it. Okay? Now, let me bring up another stock. It's a little faster, though. Let me put this out of the way because I want to give it away. We'll make it a little bit more. I want to make it a little bit more different. Okay, let's look at Wall. Okay, where's the resistance levels on Wall? By the way, Wall just got halted. Just got halted. Actually, just show you my traders in the room right now. Look, they've been trading it. You see it right here? Just announced it, got halted. Look at that. See, this is the stocks that we trade. You want to look at the map, right? Okay, look at this. Let me zoom out here. Big sellers right here. See those lines right there? They got executed. Big seller right here at 35 got executed. Okay. Someone actually bought it. And what did it do? It went up. Big seller out there just got halted. There's another big seller right here. Look at that. They're getting executed. It keeps breaking the highs. This stock literally just ran since we started at 12 o'clock, ran from $32 to $39. How many of you here would have loved to have that? Well, did you see the sellers getting executed? Some of you are probably asking, is it too late to jump in? Of course you would, right, Marv? Everyone would. Right, Mike? Of course you would. Get your phone, scan that barcode, or type in that web address, and let me get you in the trading room so you could see this live. If you want to learn how to use the book viewer, if you want to learn how to follow orders, get your phone, scan it now, and get in the trading room. I don't know what more to tell you, because my goal is this. Everybody wants to learn how to trade, okay? But you got to learn from people that do it all day long. I've been doing this for 30 years. And the way I've learned to be a good trader is if I could teach people like you how to trade, we're all going to make money together. But some of you don't know if it's for you or not. And you just got to know if you got to learn from other traders. But you can't sit at home in your basement with your 17,000 monitors, all right, with your 800 hours of videos you just bought, because they don't talk back to you. So what I'm offering all of you is this. I want to give you a couple of good workshops. I want to teach you how to use NASDAQ Book Viewer. I want to invite you into my trading room. And I want you to, most importantly, not judge us on our winners, but judge the students' losers. Go in there and listen to our traders. See how they work together. See how they know how to get in and out of it. These people that you're going to meet are just like you. They started like you. You know, and it's never too late to learn, because the stock market, I'm going to make one guarantee to you. It's not going out of business. You and I will die and it'll still be here. It's never too late to learn. So this is what you're going to get in the trading room. We do a live broadcast at 9 a.m. in the morning. We're going to do a live broadcast audio in the afternoon. So we trade the first morning, the afternoon. We trade pre-market. We're going to be live on aftermarket. We're going to do all this good stuff. We got workshops that we get special guests that come in that will talk on our Traders Talk. We got some of the biggest brokerage firms in the industry that will come on. We'll get everything. And this is basically what we have going on as over the course of the day. This is the agenda. So we're going to give you a lot. Now, you could just pick your day. You know, if you can't come tomorrow, you want to come next week, whatever it is, you pick your day. And not only that, but every one of you are going to be able to talk to one of my education advisors so we could tell you a little bit more about it, because we don't want you to go into this trading room not knowing what you're doing, okay? Now, with that said, does anyone have any questions? Any questions? Now, I did get a couple of questions, and I did put them in a PowerPoint. I'm going to kind of tell you. People always ask me this: how much money you need to start? You know what you need? Your phone. Zero money. We don't want you to trade. We just want you to watch. Okay. Do you need a brokerage firm? Don't tell me you don't. Doesn't matter what brokerage firm you have. It's irrelevant. That's the least of your problems right now. Right now, all you need to know is, can you even do this? You know, and does these stocks really exist? And does these orders really exist? You need to, unfortunately, you're going to come to reality to realize you've been trading blind this whole time, because when you start showing you like how to use these different books in level 3 and level 4 and stuff like that, you're going to realize that it's not that hard to do. Now, like I told you, get your phone, scan that right now, book your appointment right now, get into the trading room. Let's stop losing money. Let's stop listening to all these, infomercials and these people on YouTube that they're the best, this and that. Listen, CyberTrade University has a 5-star rating on Google for 30 years, which is unheard of. Okay, we got by the way, WAL just opened up. WAL just opened up. Just show you right here. Here we go, right there. Just opened up. All right, just give you. Now, with that said, I just want to do a couple of shout outs, because I see some people registered right now. Let me see what I got here. couple of people just registered. Mike just got your registration from Orlando. Good, welcome aboard. Vimeo just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Lucy got your registration. Welcome aboard. All right. Any other questions, everyone? Do you ever do in-person events? Actually, Tracy, I am going to be down in Florida at Jacksonville, and I will be doing an on-site there. I'll be there Monday, Tuesday. Okay. And I'm actually going to be, once again, I'll be on NASDAQ tomorrow. But Tracy, you got to start somewhere, right? Go in here. By the way, I didn't see you register yet, Tracy. Okay. I didn't see you register. Guys, what do you have to lose? It's not cost you anything. Did you see that stock wall go up? Did you see what I showed you, that 500,000 share seller? Think about how many stocks that you were in and you lost money because you're like, why did I get out of that stock? Who ran that stock down? All your answers and your prayers are going to be answered. Glenn, what's it going to cost? That's the cost right there. It's free. It's a one-day pass in our trading room for free access. That's it. That's the cost. It's not going to cost you anything. Now, if you're talking about how to continue, Glenn, that's irrelevant right now. Okay? If I told you it cost $20,000, and if I could teach you how to be a $250,000 trader, are you worried about paying $20,000 or $10,000 or $500? But it's not. I'm not there talking about that. Right now, everybody here, if you're looking to get into the market, or are you looking to actually maybe stop losing, or you took classes with somebody else, here's your chance to figure it out. All right? Listen, I'm a 12-time champion. I beat every school I went up against. You want to know why? Here's your chance. But it's time to stop losing and stop pretending and start following the orders, because I was a market maker on Wall Street, okay? And if you want to know how Wall Street traders trade, here's your opportunity to do it. You're a student, of course you can come. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're more than welcome. Anyone else? Any other questions? A couple of shout outs really quick. I got a couple of people that just registered. Juliet just got your registration. Who else we got here? Is this I'm sorry, Mohammed got your registration. Welcome aboard. Leanne from Los Angeles got your registration. Welcome aboard. I still see orders coming in. All right. Anyone else? Listen, I'm not asking for anyone to write put their credit card. I'm not going to look to bill you. I'm not trying to pull a fast one, anyone. If you want to follow the market makers, if you want to know where 70% of the volume is, here is your choice. By the way, here's a couple of things that you're going to get. Okay. You're going to get one-day access to the trading room. You're going to get live trading with me and my instructors. Okay. You are also going to get couple of workshops. I'm going to give you a workshop on using NASDAQ Book Viewer, level 3 and level 4. You're going to get all those workshops. You're going to get into our portal page. And also, you're going to get 100 hours of Traders Talk videos, some of the biggest and brightest gurus in the industry. And you're going to see us where we actually will review journals of traders so you don't make the same mistakes that they've made. You're going to give you access to that. This is all free. And I'm going to give you my book. I'm going to give you my book. I know some of you said you bought it for $47 on Amazon. Don't worry. You're getting it for free now. Just scan that code. That's all you have to do. Everything. Now, I know some of you here are options traders and swing traders. We do cover that in our trading room. But let me just tell you something. You can't be a good options trader if you can't trade the stock. Okay? It's the movement of the stock that makes an option. And if you want to know how to swing trade, well, you got to know what happens over the course of the day. It all starts there. TD, I don't trade bonds. Okay. I just basically trade stocks. I'm not a jack of all trades. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm hearing the orders coming in. I see a lot of you. Sam, I got your registration. By the way, if you guys have any questions, if you feel awkward about anything, just send me an email. Yeah, Fausto P. Listen, if you got something personal you want to share right now, or maybe you're not a good typer and you want to think about it, just send me an email. I'll be happy to answer anything. If you want to know who I could recommend or maybe you're taking a course with somebody. Listen, I pretty much know everyone in the industry. There's some good ones, but there's some also pretty bad ones, some bad actors. And, and I know some of you it had happened to you probably. I'll be happy to kind of advise and help you out. Okay. Trina says, this is great. I'm a single mom. Money's tight. I really appreciate the free info. I'm glad. Listen, and this is great for a single mom. So, listen, you're home. Maybe you want to make some side money. Maybe you're retired and you're sick and tired of giving you money to some broker, and all they're doing is whacking you in commissions or locking you up in some of these, these bonds. And you know what? You could do this stuff yourself, or at least just be, maybe you just want to educate yourself just to understand why these banks get beat up. Who ran them down so low? What does that really mean? What happened with COVID? All that stuff. This is your opportunity to do it. Just scan that code and let's get it going. All right. All right, fellow traders, listen, thank you so much for listening. Once again, if you have any questions, you got my email, you got the registration. Just make sure before you register, there's going to be a questionnaire to know a little bit about you. You're going to get a phone call to book an appointment with an education advisor. We want to make sure you have the greatest experience when you come into the trading room, because we want to make sure that if it's for you, you know why it is. If it's not, this is an interview. This is basically what it is. And what the second part, for some of you are asking me, what is the second part? Well, the second part is we're going to interview you. Let me just tell you this. You might not like this, but you're not going to go in a room with 4,000 people, okay? We don't train everybody. A lot of you here really don't qualify, all right? And that's okay. Rather tell you the truth. And whatever that truth is, everyone's a case-by-case basis. So don't ask me, if you think you are, you aren't. But we'll be honest with you. You're honest with us, we'll be honest with you, okay? Because, like I said, I don't need the scrutiny, and I don't think you want to be able to go get involved in something that's going to not only make you lose money, but waste all that valuable time. Okay. Thanks everybody for listening. Thank you so much. I'll still look forward to see every single